I'm Melissa from Glamorax, and I want to make a short video just to explain what to pack when you're going up Kilimanjaro. This is based on what I think I need because it's before I go. It'll be interesting to see when I come back how much of it I used or what I wished I had more of. I've got 3 bags. The first one is my backpack. This will be my my day sack that I carry. At the moment it is packed with the clothes I will be wearing on the plane and the second day on the plane that I transfer from Kenya to Tanzania. It's also got all my waterproof stuff in, so that should my bag go missing or get lost, my big bag get lost, I have at least got a change of clothes I can wear for the first day, plus my waterproofs, and I will be wearing my boots. I can make sure I've got footwear if the bag gets lost. The second bag is this big duffel bag. It is waterproof and it has basically everything that I need to get up the mountains. The last little bag I've got is this little one. It's really light, not much in it, but it is just a change of clothes and a few bits and pieces for the safari that we're doing for about 4 days afterwards. Right, so I've taken everything out of the big bag to show you what has gone into it. I will take each of the dry bags through in turn so you know what I've packed in each. But in general, I've got my hiking poles. I've wrapped some bubble wrap around the end just so that they don't pierce the edge of the bag. Normally those will go on my pack, but just for the airplane long haul, obviously I don't think they're going to be happy with me taking pointy instruments basically. They could be construed as a weapon, so they're going in the hold bag. Then I've also got a whole bunch of snacks. I might have got too many, but given we're walking for 7 days, perhaps not. Some chewy sweets, jelly babies for a hit of sugar, some nice Snickers that I've got full of nuts, some energy bars, these tablets that you put in water to flavour it, and a whole series of different nuts and dried fruit like dried mangoes, because I prefer some savoury things as well. This is one of my water bottles. It's 1 litre Nalgene bottle. It's got an insulated case, and for the long haul flight it's going in my hold luggage. I do have another one on my pack. I've got this thingy which is a foam mat, which I've been advised to have because apparently it gets really cold sitting on the chairs. You get a cold backside and that just helps to save some of the heat. I've got this really attractive pair of shoes and they are going to be for what I wear around camp. In the evenings I'll wear them with some socks to look even more special, but they're lightweight and I can double up and use them on the safari later. I've got a camera there. It's kind of a rough camera, it can be knocked about. It's just that in case my battery on my phone dies, I've got that as a backup. I've got hand and foot warmers for the summit night, and because I always write blogs, I've got a little notepad and pen to keep notes. And in this little packet here I have got my head torch. I'm not going to take it out. I've got a spare set of laces just in case my laces break, head torch and some spare batteries and some insulating tube because the cold drains the battery life. So now I'll dive into each of the bags in turn. Right, first bag is my sleeping bag. All of the stuff, all of the bags I've got have been put into these waterproof dry bags. I have tested them in the bath to make sure they are waterproof, just because it can be torrential rain and you don't want your kit getting wet because it will not dry up the mountain. So what goes into this is, like, when I get there at night in the tent, I can just take this bag out. It's got my sleeping bag. It's a really good one. I think it's a 3 or 4 season bag which I've borrowed from someone. This is a brilliant sleeping mat which I've also borrowed from someone. It inflates using an airbag just like this. I've got an inflatable pillow. And then I have this lovely thing. Yes, this is my Unisex Urinal, which apparently I have tested out. It does work, and you can use that while you're lying in your sleeping bag in a sort of semi-reclined position so that you can avoid going out in the freezing cold in the middle of the night, because apparently you need to pee a lot when you're up the mountain. I also have some earplugs and a sort of eye cover thingamajig so I can actually get some sleep. Right, now onto the clothes that I'm taking. A Wickaway t-shirt, and I've actually got another one of those in my backpack as a spare, and what I'll be wearing when I'm travelling to get there, and then I can use it as a backup. I've got this lightweight merino knit long sleeve top, for 2 pairs of thermal leggings. I don't know if I'm going to need 2, but I'm taking 2 just in case, as a backup. I can always use one as a comfy pair to wear around camp in the evening if I need to. I've got a travel towel. I've got 2 thermal long sleeve tops, which I imagine I'm going to be wearing a lot. They are merino wool, and they I will probably wear both of them on summit night. Trousers, I've got a lightweight pair of walking trousers, just my old crag hoppers. I also have a pair of shorts for the days at the, day 1 at the beginning when it's hot, and possibly at the end. And then I've got this pair of fleece lined, I don't know if you can see it, fleece lined crag hoppers as well, which will definitely be worn with thermals on summit night, along with my waterproof trousers. Then I have a fleece, and I have a fleece gilet, and that is basically it from the clothing point of view. I also have a very warm jacket, which I'll show you in a minute. Right, this is my underwear bag. Woohoo! I have got 2 Under Armour sports bras, which are just comfortable. I've got 2 pairs of these folky merino knickers, plus I've got 5 pairs of just plain sort of polyester nylon-y type of knickers. Again, I don't know if that's too many pairs, but I'm going with it. Socks, I'm almost certain I've got too many socks, but I'd far rather be able to change out my socks if they get wet, or if they just feel nasty, and it's just better to have good fresh socks. So I've got 2 liner pairs, and actually that's a 3rd little liner pair, but it's more of a warm pair for summit night. And then merino ones that are warm, also more warm ones, and sort of mid-layer ones along here. So, and having walked the coast to coast, I know how important it is to have fresh socks when your feet are feeling hot and nasty, or cold and wet, either way. Right, next we come on to my little bag of hats and gloves. I have got this really super thick pair of sort of waterproof outer gloves that I'll wear on summit night. I also have a mid-level pair, medium weight, and this is a very thin pair, but it's merino wool. So if it's really freezing, I can wear all 3 at once, or just layer up depending on how cold or otherwise it is. I've got 2 snoods. This is a plain sort of lightweight one that will protect my neck from the sun. Then I've got this one that's got the fleece on it as well. That will keep my neck warm on summit night, as well as I could use this for on my face. So again, possibly I don't need 2 of these, but I mean, how much does that weigh? So I'm going to take it. And then I've got a fleece lined hat, and I have a rain poncho. I've actually got 2. I've got another one in my pack. Just apparently if the rain comes down, it really does come down. You can put that over the top of you and your entire pack, and just try to keep the worst of the wet off you. Next up we have my wash bag. Right, just running through some basics. Obviously toothbrush, toothpaste, some dry shampoo, and a teeny tiny hairbrush. Hand cream, because I think the air will be very dry, and we'll be using a lot of the antibacterial hand sanitizer, and that really does make your hands feel quite dry. I've got a face moisturizer again, because I think my skin will feel dry, and some deodorant, just for my roommate's benefit. I've got some baby wipes to use as my shower, and some more sort of hand wipes and feminine wipes. I've been advised that having a scrubbing brush and some little nice bottle of smelly, I've got some Molten Brown sort of soap there, really does make a difference when you can wash off the dirt and the grime at the end of the day. So I've got a sponge as well. And then in this bag, in the hope that nothing happens, but always better to be prepared, I've got tampons, panty liners. Ladies, sorry gents if you're hearing this, but ladies, I think those are really useful if you're having to go to the loo a lot and there's not always going to be toilet paper or facilities. Those will save things. Some sanitary bags, and some biodegradable loo roll, and obviously tissues. Right, medical kit. I've got spare tissues and more biodegradable loo roll. I have got tummy related stuff. I've got Gaviscon for heartburn. I've got rehydration sachets and diarrhea tablets, as well as constipation medicine, because you just don't know what's going to happen. So that is for tummies should you need it. I have got my anti-malarials. I have got bug spray. I have got chlorine tablets in case I need them for water. In this bag I've got a bunch of painkillers, paracetamol and ibuprofen. Apparently paracetamol is good for altitude sickness. I have got probiotics just to help with my stomach and eating and drinking dodgy food, and some power ginseng to give me get up and go. And then this little bag of tricks has got, it's got a nasal spray, it's got a bug bite sort of cream, it's got ibuprofen gel, it's got a like a sort of Dettol cream, antiseptic cream. I've also got my Diamox tablets for altitude sickness, as well as Piriton tablets because I have a seafood allergy. Okay, and this is just a few bits and pieces I'm taking as fresh clothes for the safari afterwards. I've got about 4 or 5 days afterwards of either travelling or safari. So I've gone with 2 pairs of shorts, a spare fleece because I imagine my other one's going to absolutely stink, just a little sleep top. I've got 3 clean t-shirts, again because my others are likely to be stinking, and I've got some swimmers and some fresh underwear. I'm also taking some actual shampoo and conditioner and some facial products, and a little bit of, you know, lippy, because why not? Right, and at long last we get on to what I actually have in my pack. Obviously this is going to change as I'm walking, but for my travel purposes to get there, this is what I'm taking. I have got a waterproof jacket. This will be, you know, my full-blown waterproof, and my outer layer on some at night. Same goes for my waterproof trousers. They will be my outer layer on some at night, as well as my waterproofs any other time. I've got my gaiters, and then, as I say, I've got a change of clothes that I'm going to be travelling in. Knickers and socks, my hat. This is going to be my sun hat. I did debate getting a wide-brimmed hat. In fact, I did have one. But I've got the snood to protect my neck, and I'm just more comfortable in this than the wide brim one, and it takes up less room. I've got a t-shirt and hiking trousers, and this is what I will travel in and use as my backup pair when I'm on safari. Then I've got my warm insulated jacket. It packs down really, really small, and I put it in its own little dry bag to make sure it stays dry. This will be my saviour on some at night, I'm hoping, but also just what I'll be taking with me on the safari as my warm weather thing, in case it's cold on the safari vehicles. Also in my backpack I have my little emergency medical kit that I will carry with me at all time, including sunblock, more headache tablets and Gaviscon. I've got some Compeed rub. I've also got a whole range of Compeed plasters, some lip balm that has got sunblock in, more hand gel, more tissues. I've been advised that it is really, really mucky up there. People use just about everywhere as a toilet, and you don't want to be getting diarrhea or getting sick. So I've been advised clean your hands well, and so I've got lots of anti-bac stuff. Obviously you also need really good sunglasses, polarized ones, so those will be going in my backpack, as well as a spare rain poncho. And then obviously the important stuff like my passport and my vaccination certificate, my travel money, my itinerary, that kind of thing. So all of those kind of important details. I'm taking 2 of these 1 litre water bottles. I've also got a 3 litre Osprey water pouch inside this bag, and this insulator on the tube. I think even with this insulator it's still going to freeze, which is why I've got the bottles, and the bottles can also be filled up with warm water at night and stuck in your sleeping bag and used as a hot water bottle, and then you can drink it the next day. There's 2 other things which I didn't mention, which I haven't shown you because they're busy charging. One is an Ipod Nano with headphones that I potentially will listen to at night or summiting. I've got an audiobook on that, so that'll be my entertainment. And the other thing is I've got a spare battery charger for either my phone or the Ipod Nano. I've got to try to keep it warm in my socks so that it doesn't run out, and that's what I've got to by way of power, and obviously a charger for my phone. And that is everything that I'm taking.